like my eyes. Good morning. How are y'all? For catching the replay, hashtag replay. Do I sound like I have a frog in my throat? Kind of do. I need to get ready. I have things to do today. And I thought, what a better way to get ready but with you. You make me happy. It takes a minute for people to get here. I don't normally go live on Fridays, but I thought I would go live vertical. Hey, Melissa. This hair of mine ain't getting it. I thought I would go live vertical. It's time to get makeup. I don't normally do this. I don't normally go live vertical at 7 a.m. But I needed a little pick-me-up. And I thought maybe somebody else needed a little pick-me-up. You know, normally, like, on Fridays, like, you're ripped up excited because, you know, the weekend's coming and things like that. It just feels like sometimes I never get a break. Like, I don't get a weekend. Like, I don't, you know how, like, people that work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, they look forward to the weekend because they get off on the weekends and they can go do fun stuff and stuff like that. But, you see my black eye. But I don't really have a weekend. Like, it's like when you have a farm, there's no weekend. And when you're a caregiver, there's no weekend. You don't get a day off. And sometimes it feels overwhelming because I feel really tired a lot. And yesterday, at the end of the day, I felt so exhausted. I said, Shane, did I do anything today? I said, because I feel so tired and it doesn't really feel like I did a lot. So I had to sit there and think, have you ever had those days where you're like, what did I do today? Like, I feel really tired. What did I do today? And so I had to sit there and think about it. And I said, well, I got up. I did my morning chores. I did Larry. Shane was off yesterday. So we went and we ran errands. I had to get feed. Imagine that. And we came home. When I got feed, I found flowers. And I got flowers. And I came home. And I planted flowers. And then I took Larry outside. And Larry stayed outside probably an hour to an hour and a half. So when he stays outside, I have to stay outside with him. So I sat down the whole time. So why would I be tired? But I can't just sit. It's hard for me just to sit and be still. Do y'all ever do that? Is it hard for you to sit and be still? What's up with that? If you're that person that either sits and can't get active, or you sit and can't sit still, like, what's up with that? What the heck? What causes you not to be able to get off the couch, or what causes you not to be able to sit still? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, why can't I just sit here an hour and a half and just sit here? A lot of it is, like when I'm sitting with Larry can't hear. And so having a conversation with Larry causes me to have to yell. And when I yell, I get anxiety. You know, like it feels you know, it feels frustrating for him because he can't hear what I say. And it feels frustrating for me because I'm yelling. And I'm yelling and I'm repeating myself. So I find myself having to get up because I just need a break from yelling because my throat's sore, you know? And then it's so funny because, like, when you're used to talking to someone that can't hear, you find yourself yelling all the time. Like, Shane's like, you don't have to yell. I'm like, yes, I do. Because majority of the time you're not here and I'm talking to him. And so I get to the point where I'm yelling at everyone. And I'm like, I'm so sorry I'm yelling. Sometimes when I'm editing a video, I'm like, oh my God, I am literally yelling. Sometimes people like, Judy, you need a microphone. Are you kidding? I yell. I have to turn my volume down. But I was, you know, Shane doesn't watch my YouTube videos. All that effort I put in, he doesn't watch them. So last night I said to him, I said, hey, you want to watch you on video? And he goes, yeah. And so we have to fast forward it to his part. We have to fast forward to his part because I bore him. And then we get to his part, he'll watch the whole thing. It makes me laugh so hard. He makes me laugh so hard. So last night, we were watching, because he had not seen the video where we go on the hunt looking for Sugar's, you know, killer. And so I was showing him that video, and I said, we need to put a mic on you, and we need to turn my voice down because I'm loud and you can't even hear you talk. But let me tell you something. Let's see. I just thought about this. No. I'm trying to think. So April 2 years ago is when Jason and Brooke came and filmed my farm. And overnight, I had 13,000 subscribers, right? So, like, it's like YouTube was born for Snead's Farmhouse 2 years ago. And I was trying to think the exact day. I need to go back and look. That was a terrible day for me, by the way. I know that the Petals event, no, that was last year. The Petals event was on the night, no. Skipper, what is today? Skipper's birthday is on the 19th, but that was last year. So the year before, the Petals event was before Jason and Brooke came to my farm. Why am I talking about this? I was talking about Shane. Oh, don't you hate when you have senior moments and you're like in the middle of telling a story and you're like, why am I telling this? What was I trying to get at? I know. So when I first started YouTube 2 years ago, Shane used to get mad. Like, if we were doing a project and I brought off the phone, he was mad at me. He was like, put the phone down. I'm like, I'm videoing. Put the phone down, Judy. And recently, when I started putting Shane in my videos, he began to like it. He makes me laugh. So, I would love to put a mic on Shane, but y'all, look, it has taken me 2 years just to let him film me. Let me film him. It's taken 2 years to get to the point where he will let me film him. Because he used to not want to be in videos. And so I'm like, for me to go stick a mic on him, really? That is not happening. Maybe in 2 years we'll graduate where I can actually put a mic on him so you guys can hear him when we're doing things. But I'm lucky just to have the camera up in his face. Just say. But now that he sees me like film, and then he sees me put the video together, you know, I think he likes, he's like, I think he's like impressed that the video comes out the way it does. So he's like starting to support me when it comes to YouTube. It's like, I'm like, listen, and I will tell you, this is the honest truth. I have felt, for the past 2 years, I have felt all alone when it comes to social media. Because, you know, like, I find myself comparing myself to other, like, farm channels. And the other farm channels, it's like a married couple. You know, it's Brooke and Jason, Lester and Jamie, Nick and Zoe, Jean. What? Anyway, it's couples, and I always felt alone because it was just Aunt Judy. And when Kayla started working at my farm, I made her a character on my farm, and it was Aunt Judy and Kayla, cousin Kayla. It's like I made her a character on my farm, and I realized real quick that you know, that wasn't a good idea, because, you know, if she has to leave, then all you guys are like, where'd Kayla go? You know, it's like, because I made her a character. And so I realized that the character I need to make is Shane, because it's me and Shane. I mean, we're the ones that own the farm. We're the ones that run the farm. I don't need to be making people characters that are not my family or the people that live here, like Larry and Shane. Basically, that was something that I learned real quickly, because when the character has to leave, then you guys for 6, 8, 12 months are asking where Kayla is. And so I wanted to make Shane a character on my farm, but I didn't know how to go about doing it when he hates the camera. So what I did, this was my strategy. My strategy was to start letting him be the main character. Instead of me, let him be the main character, and let me show you, like, let me show the backup dancers who Shane is, because no one really knew him. He was never around. And I was like, it's so sad because Shane works so hard on the farm and no one knows who he is. So in the past couple of months, I guess year, I don't know, I've made Shane a character on my farm, and you guys love him. But you know what's so hard as being a creator? Shane cannot film. Okay? I can't hand the phone to Shane and say, hey, film me feeding the animals, or film me, you know, doing this project. It looks like you know how, like, someone behind the camera, they don't look at the background, or they don't, like, go, let me zoom in here. I can't use any of the content when he films. So my next step my next step, now that I've got him to be a character on my farm, my next step is to teach him how to film. And it's so funny because Shane is not trainable. It's not. Shane already knows it all, right? He can do anything. He can literally do anything. He can build, construct, think. He's great at everything but filming. He sucks at filming. I'm like, God, Shane, I have got to sit you down. And like when you look into the camera, you've got to think as a creator and you've got to keep people interested in what you're filming. Just sitting like this and not like layering and stuff like that. It's like it goes in one ear and out the other. He literally, like he'll be filming and my head's chopped off. I'm like, Shane, you film me feeding the animals, but I have no head. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, this is awful. This is awful. Or he does this. Okay, this is so funny. So he has the camera like this, right? And oh no, for YouTube it's like this. He's got the video camera like this and say he's filming me feeding the animals. And then all of a sudden he turns the camera this way. And I'm like, now it's like I'm in space, Shane. I went from walking on the ground to being sideways. You can't do that. But like he doesn't know that you can't do that, you know? And so like, and you know, you can't just hand the phone. So it gets hard to film me. So what ends up happening is like, it looks like I do nothing because I'm filming Shane all the time. And like, I have no one to film me. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like, oh, Shane, you did such a wonderful job on this. I'm like, dude, it was me. I'm filming and doing this, but I don't get any credit because I'm the one behind the camera trying to film. So funny. It's so funny. I need to work on Shane. I'm going to have to sit him down, but I'm thinking, how do I teach Shane? Shane is not trainable. Shane is not trainable at all. And I had a couple people, you know, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th at 5 o'clock, we're doing a fundraiser for queso. And so a lot of people have said, is Shane going to be at the event? And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I guess I didn't take into consideration the time. I chose 5 o'clock because I was trying to do all 5s. And Shane doesn't get home till 5:30. So the last thing Shane wants to do when he gets home is like to have a camera stuck in his face. So I don't know if Shane will go live that day with me. I'm not really sure. It depends. But I'm going to try to get him to go live. I'm going to try. But I'm not sure if I can talk him into it. You know. He's not real comfortable going live. He'll get there. He's just, you know, I was born wanting to be on stage, right? Like, it's just in my genes. It's in my DNA. I don't know. And, you know, not all people like to be in the public eye or on stage or all eyes looking at them. They don't like that, you know? And so I'm really having to be patient with Shane and kind of hold his hand and say, go live with me. But I want you to know that he was live on my Wednesday video and I didn't know it. No, that didn't make sense. He was on my video when I was live Wednesday. And he's sending me a text message, and he's like, "You're ripping me a new one. You're talking bad about me, Judy." And I said, oh my gosh. I ripped him a new one. I said, "Listen here, Joker. You're just like the people that pop in and out of my live and don't listen to the whole thing. You ain't no different from all those other jokers that talk bad about me." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "You can't pop in and out of my lives. When I am talking about mental health, if you literally pop in and out of my lives, you think I am talking trash about you. But who I'm talking trash about is myself, because the way I interpret things are not always correct. And by the end of the video, you learn the lesson that it wasn't really Shane, it was the way I was interpreting things. So, Joker, if you gonna get on my live, you better listen to the whole thing." And he said, "Well, I listened to the first part, and then I got off, and then I listened to the last part." I'm like, exactly. Before you cast judgment upon me, you need to go watch the whole live. And then tell me how it is. Oh, goodness. He's so funny. Today is a big day. Today, the Easter Bunny is coming to my house. That's all I can say. I can't tell you why, but in my Saturday video, you'll find out why the Easter Bunny is at my house. But I'm not allowed to say right now. But the Easter Bunny's coming to my house today. That'll be fun. I don't think maybe when I was young, I sat in the Easter Bunny's lap, but I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen the Easter Bunny in person. Just saying. I'm not sure. Rhonda, I have on my bracelet. I need to go put on my other bracelet too. I have it on charge. Have y'all ever seen the Easter Bunny in person? Hang on. I have to show y'all my candle that Rhonda gave me for my birthday. Hang on a second. I love it. This made me laugh so hard. It smells so good. I wish you lived next door. I loved this. I love this. She gave me this bracelet, and it had a little meaning to it. So thank you. For my birthday this year, you know, I always try to take care of myself during my birthday. I bought flowers because flowers are so expensive. But Shane, did I tell y'all Shane bought me a birthday present? I about fell out. He bought me a birthday present. I can't remember if I told y'all. The birthday present that he bought me was a robot sweeper and mopper for my house. And I named her Sally. And Larry thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Last night, okay, I cannot figure out how to program it. And Sally goes sweeping at 2 o'clock in the morning, okay? Every night at 2 a.m., Sally's gone sweeping. Well, Sally keeps stealing Larry's oxygen. So she goes in his bedroom and she gets under his bed and she rolls over his oxygen cord and steals it off his head. I said, so last night he goes, is Sally coming in my room tonight? Is she cleaning? And I said, I don't know, Larry. I cannot figure out why Sally is going, like, decides to get up and start cleaning the house. I don't know if it's because my house is nasty or what, but I can't figure out what. I mean, it is set for 9 a.m. on the app. It is set, and Sally goes to sweeping at 2 a.m. And so he said, Judy, Sally keeps stealing my oxygen every morning at 2 a.m. And I said, listen, let's just shut your door so that Sally doesn't come in here at 2 o'clock in the morning. I go, let's just shut your door. And so she didn't steal his oxygen. Oh my gosh. I haven't tried the mopping, but I've tried the sweeping, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It was a good birthday gift. I really do like it. I told Shane, he bought it off the TikTok shop. I've talked about this a lot, but everything that we've ever bought off the TikTok shop, we absolutely love. Like everything. As a matter of fact, he also ordered me, he ordered me a retractable water hose for my farm. And so many people, that video went viral on Facebook. And so many people had negative things to say about the retractable water hose. I've not had any of those issues. And I'm like, okay, I've had it since like November, and I've not had, like, I love it. And so Shane bought one for the other side of my farm, and then we bought one for the education center, so that I can go water my plants around the education center. But we've not had any issues with it. It has actually been really great. Most people say they hate it during the winter. And even Lester's like, Judy, it's crap. Within no time, I was having to wheel it up myself. And I thought in my head, this is going to be yuck. And I love it. I've not had any issues. I'm fixing to curl my hair. So he gave me birthday gifts this year. And the reason I named her Sally is because when my kids were young, you know how like you're that parent that you make your kids clean their room, but then every now and then you just have to go and sanitize it because it's so nasty, like they don't clean like you. You know what I'm talking about? Well, sometimes like when my kids would go to their father's house, they would go to their dad's house every other weekend. Sally came to visit every other weekend. Okay. And what I said was they would come home and I'm like, listen, Sally cleaned your bedroom. You need to keep it straight. She dusted. She washed your sheets. And I used to tell the kids all the time that Sally cleaned their room. And then every now and then, like, let's say that I was off work or something, I would say, hey, Sally came today. Nobody mess up the house. I used to say that all the time. And so in the app, you had to name the robot. So I just named her Sally. And I told my kids, I said, I got a real Sally for my birthday. I said, she's wonderful. She cleans the house. But as a child, it's really funny because my mother was a single mom. You know, my parents were divorced. And so we always had a maid because my mother worked long hours. So we always had a maid. And so, you know, once a week, the maid would come and and her name was Becky. And my mother would say, Becky's coming today. Y'all need to clean up. And I never understood, why are we cleaning up if the maid is coming? Like, well, I don't understand. I don't understand. And it's funny because Larry last night, when he was talking about Sally, he said, hey, do I need to clean up because Sally's coming tonight? And what he meant was, do I need to get all my oxygen cords up and put them, you know, up? But it was just like a flashback when he said that of my mom, me being young, and my mom telling me to go clean up because Becky was coming. It was funny. So Shane doesn't normally really buy birthday gifts. He kind of makes me go pick out something. You know, he's kind of like that kind of guy, you know. Go pick out what you want. He don't. But he ordered Sally, and I had no clue that I was getting Sally for my birthday. I said, you did good this year. And this morning when he left, Shane is not like, Shane and I, neither am I. We're not ooey, you know, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Like, in other words, we're not like, what do you call it? Like, we're not use baby talk. Honey, you know, we're not a baby talk kind of couple. I don't talk baby talk. He don't talk baby talk. We don't use like those words, you know, like honey or lovey or sweetie. We don't use those words. Okay, we're really kind of raw. I don't know. And this morning he came in here because he had to go to work today. And he came in here and kissed me goodbye. He does that every morning. And he called me sweetie. And I was like, what the what? I mean, was I dreaming or did he just call me sweetie? I was like, sweetie? Why do you call... I thought in my head, why are you calling me sweetie? But I think that I'm going to have to ask him. Like, what the heck? Why'd you call me sweetie? Like, it just, I don't know. But I think that Shane, I'm not going to say he's having a hard time, but, you know, like, if you caught my live on Wednesday, I have to go have further testing of my breast because they found something in my left breast, and it's probably nothing. I'm not really worried about it, but I think Shane is. And he's now calling me sweetie. I'm like, Shane just said sweetie? But I think like reality setting in, you know, that you know, something could go wrong, you know. I don't feel worried, but I think Shane is a little worried. So he's calling me sweetie. I'm like, what the heck? Sweetie? Shane? I ain't no sweetie. I mean, it's a snake. I cannot stand my hair short. Just saying. What are y'all doing today? Anything fun? What earrings should I wear? I can't see. Yeah, I think Shane does know that. I don't know. Shane, you know, like, I've lost both my parents, and I've lost my grandparents, and this is really cute. I haven't used it yet. I forgot who sent it to me. It's a little Jack. Isn't it cute? I love this. Shane's never lost, both of his parents are still alive. So he doesn't really understand, like he's not really been through being close to someone and then pass away, where I have, you know? And so I think that he just worries, I think. I guess. I got these earrings and, oh wait, I got 2 pair. They're little Jack earrings. I have to tell y'all what Jack did on, what day was it? Wednesday. So, Wednesday, Jack, one of the guys from the center went out to the farm. Okay, Jack, I don't know what his deal is, but when a woman is out there and a man, what he does is he protects the woman. He gets like protective. And so he protects the woman from the man. So like Tammy was out there, which is, oh shoot, my earring just broke. Y'all have sent me 2 pairs of these, and both pair have broke within no time. So I don't know what company makes these, but it ain't a very good company. It's like they break. Anyway, Jack was out there, and Tammy was out there, and Taylor was out there. And Taylor is from the center, okay? I'm out there, and I was over by the peacock enclosure. I cannot handle my hair. I'm going to have to put it up. I was out there at the peacock enclosure, and all of a sudden, I hear this bloody scream. Like, I'm talking scream. And Jack had ran after Taylor. He didn't attack Taylor, but he was running after Taylor. Taylor was scared to death. Taylor was screaming at the top of his lungs like a girl, okay? Taylor's a boy. He was petrified of Jack. And I'm like, Jack, you've got to quit this now, buddy. Like, we cannot be chasing people. We cannot be scaring the bejesus out of people. And Jack didn't bite him. Jack is just, Jack likes to threaten. You know what I mean? Like, he's that person that threatens and talks ugly, but he ain't gonna throw a fist, he ain't gonna throw a punch. You know what I mean? That's Jack. Jack is just Jack. But he scared poor Taylor to death. Taylor was screaming at the top of his lungs. And I was like, Taylor, I'm so sorry. I said, Jack is going to the principal right now. And I went and put Jack up. And I thought, oh, guess it's a good thing I ain't doing tours and stuff because Jack is a train wreck. What about these? These kind of look Eastery. I'm not. Jack is a train wreck. He is a total train wreck. And I am trying really hard to socialize Miracle Miles but Jill's not a train wreck, so I feel like it's just that Jack is a gander. You know, he's a boy. I feel like that's why he's acting out. I can't wear my hair down. It looks terrible. Like, it looks like a cow has just licked my head. I just hate it. Anyway, so I have really been socializing Miracle Miles because I need to make sure she stays tame. My other egg that's in the incubator is developing, and we should have another baby gosling. I would say, I think it's, she goes in my chickens go in lockdown on the 19th. When does that egg go in lockdown? On the 28th. So she should go in lockdown on the 28th. And I hope everything goes good. If it's a gander, I already have a home for it. Obviously, I don't need 2 Jacks in the world. 1 Jack is enough. So this lady is needing, she has a hen, but she needs a gander. So I am going to, if it's a gander, it will go to her house. So, and then, you know, Jill's sitting on 4 eggs. She's doing so well. She's such a good mom. And those eggs hatch sometime in May. Dee Dee, I have her due in June. And I told Shane, I really feel like she'll go, like it'll be June. She's starting to get a little bit of milk. But you know, this is my 3rd rodeo with a cow. Okay, with a calf. With a cow being pregnant. And it is not like you think it's close. Because when you have a farm and you have other animals, like a goat, as soon as a goat starts getting milk, not much longer, and they're kidding. Okay, they're having babies. But when it comes to a cow, I swear they can have milk forever. They can have milk like up to a month. It's the craziest thing. So I'm really thinking that Dee Dee's probably due in June. I have her due Father's Day, June 15th. Now, she might go before then, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in June. Cinco was born May 5th, right? Skipper was born April the 19th. But I think she went in heat late. Like, I think Dexter did not breed her first time in heat. I believe it was the 2nd time. Because when I'm out there, I am very aware of what's going on. And if I see like any activity, like over the past 5-6 years of having farm animals, anytime I see there's contact with the female, I write down the date immediately. So I wrote down as soon as I saw Dexter on her. Now, I didn't see contact. I just saw interest, and he jumped on her, but he didn't actually breed her. But if he was showing interest trying to breed her, she had to be in heat. So I know somewhere around June 15th, he was showing interest. I would not think that he would try to breed her if she wasn't in heat, because he doesn't normally do that. So I really feel in my heart that it's going to be sometime around June when we'll have another calf. So, anyway. All right, what time is it? I got to go get this party started because the Easter Bunny's coming. I do have kids coming. So it'll be exciting. And I got somebody coming to get baby chicks. So I have a big day ahead of me. And Larry's got to get a bath today. So we got a lot going on. Thanks for joining me while I got ready. It's always nice to get ready with y'all. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, this Easter weekend. I was talking to Shane, and normally during holidays, Shane has to work. And the reason is because when you're a welder, okay, Shane works for refrigeration companies on the weekend. So he works for a lot of chicken plants, and he does all the repairs for the refrigeration part of having the chickens, keeping everything cold. So he has to go in really cold temperatures to keep the chicken cold. Well, what happens is when something needs to be repaired, okay, like when there is not an emergency situation, when they need to go in and make some repairs, they have to shut the whole plant down, okay? They have to get animals out of the refrigerator, or, chickens out of the refrigerator. They have to shut the whole system down. Well, normally what happens is they shut the plant down during the holidays because workers aren't there, customers are not there. It's, Easter Sunday or Christmas Day or Thanksgiving. So these plants usually do their maintenance repairs during holidays. So I had to kind of learn how to be alone during the holidays because that's Shane's busiest time, is during the holidays. So Shane is working all weekend because this plant is having to be repaired. So he is working this weekend. So I'm trying to figure out, I wish we could go to church Sunday, but I can't. Larry, Larry, bless his heart, if we went to church, he can't hear. So he would have to just sit there and not understand what anybody's saying. And it's just, ever since Larry moved in with us, I just kind of quit going to church because he's basically been sick for 8 years. And he's declined. And we just haven't wanted to put him in that situation. And unfortunately, Larry has social anxiety really bad. And so I didn't want to take him there. So I haven't really been involved in church in a long time. So I do miss it, I have to say. So we will not be going to church Sunday. So it'll be it's always a little different from where I was brought up. Because, normally you wear your Easter Sunday dress and you go to church and you have your family over for ham and turkey or whatever. Usually it's ham and deviled eggs and all those things. So I got to figure out what Larry and I are going to have Sunday. I'm going to do something. We can't just have a ham sandwich on Easter Sunday, right? All right, guys. I love you guys. You have a great weekend. And my video that's coming out on Saturday will tell you why the Easter Bunny is here. So be looking for my video. It'll come out between 2:45 and 3 o'clock. And I have to say that It takes a village to run Snead's Farmhouse. I can't do it alone. I can't, there's no way that I can do this alone. It takes all of us. Sometimes when you're on the other side of the video, you think that you're not important, but you are. I can't do it alone. I can't spread the goodness by myself. I can't just be the only one that gives back. It has to be all of us. Like, you're a backup dancer in your community. There's ways that you can make a difference in your own community. You know, there's ways you make a difference in my life. So it takes a village to run Snead's Farmhouse. Shane and I can't do it by ourselves. We can't. I can't. You're important to me. Very important. So thanks for joining me this morning, and I will see you on my Saturday video.